Hi there. As you can see, not a professional. Welcome. I just want to show everyone my stretches. So the first stretch series I'm going to go through is the first three in my book. And first one is the fat as organ. So all of these stretches again shouldn't hurt you. You should be doing these stretches in a comfortable environment. As you can see, super comfy. I like being warm, so I'm in the sun. And wherever you feel comfortable to have your stretches, it could be anywhere you like. Okay, so we're gonna start with a fat as organ stretch, which I call it a stretch, but all of these stretches are active, either eccentric movements or isometric holds. And this strengthens whichever organ, meridian, anterior or posterior chain, or the X frontal fascia or the X posterior fascia. So the first one is really simple, or it might seem simple, but it's not that simple. So getting into this posture, a lot of people might call this a savasana, but I am calling it an active savasana, and we're going to go through lying supine and lying prone. Okay, so I'm bringing in my anatomy skills here. When you do this, you can completely just use a floor, a mat, a carpet, whatever you feel comfortable, and you're going to stretch out the spine and try and keep the spine on the ground. Your chin is completely in line with your navel and your sternum, and as you go down, you might need to take one leg down at a time so that your spine stays in the exact same place where it's comfortable with your legs bent, and then the arms overhead as well. So you might even get a click if you have any back injuries. So in this position, I'm lifting my feet, I'm reaching with my hands, and I'm activating my core, so it's actually quite difficult. And then the goal and aim is to be able to squeeze your scapula together, squeeze your lower back and your spine completely on the ground, and even push your chin. You can make a double chin and push your neck onto the ground. Your hands are active. I'm squeezing. You might see me shaking a little bit, and then you can hold this for about 3 minutes. If you want to pause the video, you can pause the video now and do 3 minutes of this, or 30 seconds is your minimal. Enjoy. Now I'm going to go over to the prone, and then it is more the posterior chain that we are going to look at. Sorry if I'm mixing up my anatomy. You are more than welcome to go and Google this, or YouTube or ChatGPT, whatever you have at your disposal. With the facing down, you're strengthening more the posterior chain fascia. So again, your aim is 3-minute holds, and you're not just lying and chilling, you are literally activating each muscle group. Okay, so when you go into the stretch, you kind of like push out, arms pushing in, hands active, and as soon as you feel your chin is nicely on the ground and your whole spine is pushing towards the ground, I'm pushing my pubic bone into the ground. So pubic bone's coming up to the ribs, and then I'm lifting. Preferably, if you can also push and lengthen your crown of your head. I'm actively engaging my fingers. I'm pointing and plantar flexing my feet, and my toes are flared like my hands, if you can't see my toes necessarily. I'm lengthening in my spine, and I'm pushing down my shoulders. And then you're just really reaching away from you. You're not trying to come up like a moon. You're reaching away. You're reaching away. Now, if you are in this position, you can pause this video and try to do 30 seconds to 3 minutes. So let's see how you do on that stretch. That is the first organ stretch in my book. I call it the organ stretch for the fat as an organ, because you're starting on your lower back, you're focusing on visceral fat. If you're on a cold surface, you're waking up the visceral fat. Now I'm on a hot surface, so it's just really warming me up so that I can do all of the stretches that go a little bit further in the range of motion. If you are in a cold environment, you will need like a bit more of a warm up before doing some of these stretches, so that you're just a little bit more loose in the fascia. You can take a shower, you can take a bath, whichever way you want to make yourself more hot. And I'm just lying in the sun because I love the sun and it makes me warm. So whatever you feel is comfortable, enjoy.